Thank you for visiting here at Comic Grandma. This is going to be a video about percussion music, percussion oriented albums. It does include drums, cymbals, xylophones, gongs and bells and rattles. So the stuff I'm going to show has those types of instruments and even some instruments that are not really in your regular music that you will listen to. So I'm going to share the first album that I have here with you guys, and it's just an amazing album which I kind of refound again in my collection. And this is the Javanese Court Gamelan Volume 2. After listening to this past week, now I'm on the lookout for Volume 1. Such a great album. It was recorded at the Istana Mangkukenaran Surakarta, and Surakarta is a city and it's a historic royal capital on the Indonesian island of Java. And this music kind of goes back to the 18th century. If you kind of see there, let me bring this up close. There's some instrumentation there of the instruments that you can see. So I don't know how to describe this because this is just a beautiful album. I'm gonna try to put snippets of all the albums that I'm gonna show throughout the video. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it at the end, and hopefully the video won't get blocked. But just want to share with you guys this Javanese Court Gamelan Volume 2. Beautiful album. This is from the Non-Such Explorer series, and it's great pressing, beautiful music that it's nothing like anything I've heard before. There's just something different about that album. One is this is a solo record. This is called Let's Make a Record, and it's by Sister Gertrude Morgan. And Sister Gertrude Morgan is a really interesting person. She was born in Alabama and then moved on to moving to New Orleans, I believe. And she's a really interesting person. This is a person I would like to learn more about her life. She lived a holy life. She was a self-taught musician. She was a poet and a preacher as well. This album showcases her singing and playing her tambourine, and it's like nothing I've heard before. This is just powerful. I guess I would say maybe spirituals. On here you have this first song is called Let's Make a Record, and that's just wow, it's an explosive song. But yes, no. Share that with you. I have seen this online with a different cover, so I'm not sure the history behind this cover, but online I've seen a different cover for this record. This is on True Believer Records, and it was recorded at the prayer room, the Preservation Hall in Louisiana. Beautiful, amazing album. The other record I have to show you is this Malcolm Dalglish called Jogging the Memory. and he plays the solo hammer dulcimer on this. I'll put a snippet on here of what that instrument looks like. This is him there. And this is another beautiful percussion album. He wrote all the songs on here, except on side 2 there's a song called Saint Basil's Hymn. That's the only cover song actually on here, but everything else he wrote, and just a beautiful percussion album here. Amazing. And the next artist here is gonna be someone who plays with the rock band, and this is Mickey Hart. And Mickey Hart is just not only plays with the rock band Grateful Dead. That's not the only reason he's famous. He's actually a great drummer. I mean, I'll try to put a clip if I can, of him going wild and crazy with the percussion instruments, as well as his bandmate. So he released this album in the 90s called At the Edge, and he started his label called Ryko. And this is not your dancing type of percussion. This is a lot more mellow and introspective type of percussion album. And I've never been a Grateful Dead fan, and I actually got to know the Grateful Dead by picking up this book by Mickey Hart. I think it was early 2000s. So I'm a drummer myself, and I picked up this this book called Planet Drum. It is by Mickey Hart, and he goes into depth of the historical background of where the drums came from, where percussion came from. So I got to learn a lot about the drums and percussion through him, and I was just marveled at his documentation. This is some of the pictures that are on here. So he goes to deep into the history of how percussion instruments were created and how percussion instruments were made, how percussion instruments were used in war and in rituals and stuff like that. I really got a new perspective after reading stuff that he wrote on this book. It kind of made me see more of the spiritual side of us of an instrument. So he goes on to talk about how there is a powerful influence on an instrument if it's used for something specific. For example, if it's used for war, or if it's used for a ritual, a spiritual ritual, it's very very important. So it got me to understand that many instruments, musical instruments, are used for a specific purpose. In parts of his book, he talks about how some evil spirits are attached to the instrument. For example, if the instrument was dedicated for a specific purpose. So that just made me broaden out my perspective of just percussion instruments and the power that they have. So this is a great book called Planet Drum. Let me show you some more pictures. This is a great book for anybody who's into the history of music, especially percussions and drums. How have they been created and used throughout history? There's even a section on here where he talks about human drums, where I believe it's the Incas who used human skin. They would carve out the skin of their enemies and make drums out of them and use those drums when they go to war. So that was pretty crazy. So this is the other album that I was going to show you guys. It's a steel band, the North Star steel band, and this is the provocative sounds. And yeah, it's just your unique percussion band. You can see the musicians there. It's this one's led by Rupert Sterling, and it's from the West Indies. I'm going to share with you guys a CD that I used to have and I can't find it. I didn't really wanted to share it, so I think I'm going to be on the lookout to maybe acquiring that CD. But the album is called Psalm Drummers. I'll put a picture here, and maybe I'll try to put a snippet of what they sound like. And basically what Psalm Drummers are is it is a spiritual coalition or a spiritual collective of drummers who were created by this drummer who ended up having a vision about just getting this collective started. So he got a lot of drummers together, and they used percussion instruments for prayer and to just prophesy and to experience God. So I was really interested in that aspect of music when I picked that album out. I can't find it. Hopefully I can acquire it again. But I really wanted to share that album because it's just a unique collective of drummers that is still active today. I believe they've released a few projects. So I'll put a link down below. They do have a website, so you can kind of like get an idea of what they're about. once again, hopefully you guys were exposed to some new music, and hopefully you guys can check them out in the near future. I want to thank all the new subscribers out there. I want to thank Rachel out there for just giving a shout out to the channel. Thank you for your love and your support. I appreciate you. I'm really enjoying your channel and what you bring to the BC, and just your love and your passion. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you're not familiar with Rachel's channel, I will put a link down here below. She's doing some amazing videos, has some great content out there for you guys. She also has a contest going on. If you guys are interested, I will put down the link below the video for her contests, so you can check out her channel, kind of see the content that she has and the great addition that she is to the Bino community. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you so much. Praying for you guys, and I hope everyone is well. God bless you guys. Be in peace with yourself, be in peace with others, and I'll see you on the next one. Firmes y adelante. Los miro al rato.